Hey, Rebels, time for you to meet our health and wellness expert. You've already met Faye, our psychic warrior. Now we have our health warrior in the house. This is Sharon. Sharon, how old were you when you ran your marathon? You were old. And I'm not
I
being
was
derogatory, but you were old and you ran your first marathon.
I was 75. I had turned 75 in March and I ran the marathon in April of that year.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be happy if I can just like walk around the block at 75. Okay. Well, hopefully I can do a little more than that, but still. So at
Yeah.
75, she's running marathons. So she just started her health journey at what did you say, like 70 or
Well, I started my running journey at 70, but my health journey started much, much, much sooner. I was When we lost our son in 1999, I began to notice in the year 2000 that I I was afraid I was coming down with premature Alzheimer's because I could not remember anything. I could not figure out where I put something I just had in my hand, seconds before, and it just disappeared. I got so worried. And about that time, we decided to do something really dramatic. My husband did a 40-day fast, just drinking water for 40 days. And I did a partial fast, doing salads on every other day. I would fast one day and then do salads the next day, and for the same 40 days. And at the end of that, we went to doing completely vegan, mostly raw, juicing, barley green, all of this stuff. Dramatic, dramatic, dramatic difference in how my body functioned and how my brain functioned within a very short time, like 2 weeks. It was remarkable. So that was the beginning of my um, real serious health journey. Just the fitness part was more of a um, inspiration from a 99-year-old friend who was still running, and I thought, well, I'm only 70, surely I could run. So that was got me started on that.
well, that's what caught my eye because I used to run until I tore up my knee real bad, and then I just never got back into it because it hurt. Okay, I'll be
Yeah,
honest. I never got back into it because it hurt. And now every time I think about it, and it's like, oh man, it's gonna hurt. Okay.
yeah. Well, for most people who are a little bit older, I would say walking is just as good. Um, the most important part is being consistent, you know, not saying, okay, I'm going to walk, and then you go out and you walk for 2 or 3 miles, and then you say, well, that didn't work. You can't just jump in like that. Like with my running, it was very, very slow um, to begin with. I wanted to do a 5K. I started in April. I did my first 5K in December of that year. And until I did the 5K, I had never run 5K. Um, it was very, very slow, repeating, the workouts on the Couch to 5K app until I could actually do them um, to my satisfaction. And sometimes that meant 2 or 3 repetitions of the uh, you know, same program that they were offering. So yeah, just starting slow and being consistent is the most important thing, and probably the hardest. uh, it always helps to have an accountability partner, and we can use this group as that, um, doing some challenges, or uh, just being accountable. Even getting one partner from the group is better than trying to do it alone.
And I will vouch for that. That's how I got running. I mean, I was in the Navy. I had to do PT, but running, I actually hurt my knee the first time while I was in boot camp, so it was already a little tweaky anyway. And so I never really pushed it for the PT. I could do all the sit-ups, push-ups, all that stuff, but the run was always, I was always like right on the edge of not passing the run because, and I would always use my knee as an excuse. And then
Mhm.
and then the base that I was stationed at the time started running club, and all of my friends, they were out running every morning, and they're like, come up, come with us, come with us, come with us. Don't you get tired of always being so afraid that you're not gonna, and that is true. I was always so afraid that the one time that I was just not gonna skate in underneath the cutoff because I couldn't run. And they're like, you just need to come with us. So I started running, and that did make it easier because there were a few times I was like, I need to get up and run. And then the alarm would go off and it'd be like, yeah, I'll go run tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, right.
There's
Well,
a
that happens with everybody,
yeah,
you know.
there's a difference when you know that there's like, okay, all the guys are out there waiting for me. You know, I'm coming. Because they are, there's like 6 or 7 people waiting for you. The running club was waiting for you.
Hmm.
It's like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. And yeah, the next PT test, I was like well within the time frame.
Oh,
So
that's good.
just
Yeah.
that little bit of running every day with them. And then I actually found it as like, I like running. So I
Mhm.
started doing the 5Ks and the 10Ks, and then was
Yeah.
looking at doing a marathon before I actually, well, half marathon. I think it was a half marathon. It was the leukemia run. I think it's a half marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at that going, I could do this. And then, yeah, I hurt my knee again
Mm.
badly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Badly this time. And it was like, okay, now I have to start all over.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
I've had a few times where I've gotten injured along the way. One of them, I was doing a 25K trail run, and I halfway through, I was doing really well, and I stopped to use the porta potty, and when I came out of the porta potty, I could not move my leg hardly. I had to limp with a branch I found along the way to use as a walking stick. All the second half of that run, I was just limping, walking the whole way till I finished it. Um, but the thing that people don't understand is that just the running itself is not sufficient. You have to strengthen the muscles that support the run. And so after that happened to me, I got a coach. And so now I do strength training twice a week and running 4 times a week and one day off. So, and that just made a whole world of difference.
And I'm already just listening to you. I'm already thinking of things that we need to talk about in the group because Daryl's doctor, not my doctor, but Daryl's cardiologist, flat told me that I should not do strength training because it's too hard on my joints. Serious, serious. Because we were talking about the fact I do have arthritis, not bad, mostly in my hands. It's pretty bad in my hands, but I mean, that's the worst, my hands. But I don't have it really badly anywhere else. And I told him I was doing strength training at the gym, and he's like, well, you need to stop that. It's too much wear and tear on your joints. It's like,
Mm.
really?
Well, I think he may have a point. The machines, you can hurt yourself without realizing that you're getting hurt. I do all of my strength training with just weights that I have at home. I do it all in my living room. I do it using my own, I use bands, I use a stability ball, different things like that, but it's all strength that's my strength. It's not against a big machine that potentially could hurt me. So,
Okay, maybe that's what he meant. I don't know, but he was just like, yeah, you need to stop. So maybe that's what he meant. I don't know, but I was just looking at him going, but one of the things we always hear about from, from elderly people is their inability to like get up out of a chair quickly because they don't have the strength in their legs to lift themselves, or or they fall down and they can't get up because they don't have the body strength to push themselves up. And I'm like, why would you not strength train? Okay,
yeah,
that didn't make any sense to me. Sounds like,
yeah, and strength training is not uh, doesn't have to be really difficult. What my coach did was, he started me with very easy. Um, I didn't think they were terribly easy at the time, but now they would be super easy for me because it builds, and you build more as you build more strength, you're able to do more. And I it's been a long time since I've had anything in my body actually hurt, you know, where I would say, "Oh, that hurts." You know, no, uh, my body functions really well. All, you know, uh, I really believe that if you treat your body well, it will serve you well, and that's basically um, my philosophy, I guess.
and that's what attracted me to you, because I'm old, but you're older. No.
Yeah, I am. I'm older than you.
And you're healthier than me. I mean, I will dare say that you're in better shape than I am. I always prided myself on being pretty healthy, I thought, for my age. And then I bumped into you online and I'm like, yeah, okay. Maybe not as much as I thought.
Mhm.
So
Well,
that,
it's always a journey. It's a journey. You know, you have to, even if you're young and um you're apparently healthy, you still need to have some sort of system in place that is going to keep you healthy, and that's food, exercise, um, sleep, uh, relaxation, you know, all of those combined are what gives you overall health. So, I mean, one of the reasons that I really got so interested in health and wellness and fitness was caring for both my mother and my mother-in-law who had Alzheimer's. And they had onset of Alzheimer's long before my age. It was early 70s, or maybe even, I don't remember the exact age, but um and so I determined at that point, I do not want to end my life that way. I am going to do everything that I can to avoid ending my life like my mother and my mother-in-law. And um, that has to be, it's a personal decision. Every choice you make either takes you closer to being healthier, or it takes you closer to having your last years, spending them in uh, being sick, or being too weak, or being unable to do the things you would really like to do. And, so every choice that I make is for health. And part of that is inspired by, and I meant to look up this verse. I don't know if you remember in the book of Joshua where uh, the Joshua took the Israelites into the land, and Caleb was one of the ones who had gone in to spy on the land. and he came back with a good report. This is a wonderful place. We need to go in. God is giving us this place. And Caleb, somewhere along there, he said, um, it was a prayer, I believe. He said, I am so thankful that I have the same strength to fight at 80 as I had at 40, and so that's been my kind of the thing in the back of my mind is always, I'm going to be like Caleb. That's my choice. I'm going to be like Caleb.
Well, that's why I latched on to you as our health expert. Because like I said, at 70, you're looking to start running. Most of us at 70, well, I won't say most of us, but a good many of us at 70 are not thinking about, oh, I think I'll start running. Most of us at 70 are happy that we can get up out of the chair and do the things.
Yeah, yeah,
You
right.
know? So it's like, yeah, this is the lady we need because here she is doing what.
Well, and when I look around at people that are my age or younger even and see the condition they're in, I just feel so much compassion for them because they don't have to be, you know. They if they only knew, you know, that this is something they have some control over. And that's not I say that with one caveat that there are people who have some kind of um, critical health issue that keeps them from having what I'm talking about. But even so, there are still things that they can do to improve their situation.
So what kinds of things do you have in mind for us? Like I said, just talking to you, I'm already thinking, well, we need to talk about this and we need to talk about this and we need to do a session. What kinds
Well,
of things do you have planned for us?
well, we can do some challenges where, we all decide to walk for, a certain amount of time each day for, let's say 15 days, um, maybe even some kind of a challenge on what we eat, you know, and maybe like we were talking about earlier before we started the recording, a challenge to read every label before you buy something, you know, um, because the freshest and most natural things that you can put in your body are the fuel that God made us to be able to function on, you know, and function well. So we need to be avoiding putting junk in our bodies. Um, I don't know. You probably have more ideas than I do about what we could do. So I'm open to suggestions and
Well, hopefully some of the ladies in the group will also have some things that they want to talk about too. So, I mean, I am not familiar with some of their, I'm not familiar with any of their health issues. I mean, a couple of them because we're close enough friends that I know the health struggles they have, but
mhm,
ladies, take this as your invitation. If there's something you want to know more about, or you want to talk about, or you would like Sharon to do some research on and get some information for us, feel free to speak up because she's your gal, and I trust her to be able to look at some of the information out there and go, yeah, not so much. Kind of like the whole you shouldn't strength train things. I mean, I
yeah,
trust her to look at me and go, that's crazy. Okay.
yeah,
Because and I mean I felt that in my own self, and so it felt good to have a little bit of validation that was like, well, yeah, of course you're strength trained. Why would you not? That's just silly. You just
mhm,
do it the right way.
yeah, yeah,
So so
yeah,
so so there we go. We're gonna have some good stuff. We're all gonna get healthier, which who doesn't want that? We all could be a little bit healthier. And for those of us who are struggling with our weight, hopefully some of these changes will help us with that. And for those of us who are struggling with some other health issues, she's a wealth of information. Let me tell you, I've come quite a way. I'm still not there as far as being able to run. I don't think the damage to my knee is to the point where they keep telling me I need to have surgery, and I keep telling them when pigs fly. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I will ever get to run again, but just the fact that, I can climb the stairs and not be dying when I get to the top, or
Mhm. Yeah.
go for a walk. I mean, a memory popped up on my phone the other day that I had walked, like, it was some ungodly amount of steps. And I didn't, and that was my post. It's like, wow, I just walked like, it's like 100 and some odd thousand steps in the course of a day.
Mhm.
And I don't even, and that was my post. It's like, and I didn't even realize I walked that much. It was basically, I'd been on some kind of something, and I walked, I was on my feet walking all day. And I was like, I didn't even realize that I had put in that much walking,
Yeah.
because I didn't feel it, because I wasn't dying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah. It's amazing how our bodies adapt, you know,
you
and
know,
improve.
the fact
Or
that yeah, when I took my grandson
yeah.
to Florida, I could actually get in the kayak with him without,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
could actually get in the kayak if we went
Great.
kayaking in the
Yeah.
Everglades. And it's like, yeah, I could actually get in the kayak and take him kayaking in the Everglades. That was my big moment when I first realized that listening to you was actually helping me.
Oh,
Have
good.
You had to go down a ladder. You had to go down a little ladder and then get into the kayak on it. And I was like, I was looking at it going, I'm not gonna be able to do that. He's gonna have to go by himself. And
Oh, goodness.
but I gotta try. I gotta try. So, and down the ladder I went and I'm sitting there going, I did it.
Yeah. That was the one you lost your phone on, right?
No, it was another one. Okay,
A
that was
different one.
completely
Okay.
different. Right. We're not going to talk about that one because that was totally stupid. That was
Yeah, okay.
me going to intervene in something I had no business intervening in, and in the process of doing so, got the kayak flipped, and that
Mm.
was just me not minding my own freaking business. And should have just paddled right on by. But I was trying to be helpful. And yeah, we should have just kept paddling right on by, and been like,
Yeah.
you take care of yourself, and I'm out. But
Okay.
that was fun.
Well,
That thing kept working forever though. So I'm here to tell you, when they say the phones are waterproof, those phones are waterproof, because when we got back to the car, we were still able to track it, because
yeah,
we
it's
have
crazy.
we have
Yeah.
Life, whatever it is, we have Life 360
Mhm.
on
Mhm.
our phones, because we drive. I know there are people out there that go, your husband can track you on his phone. Yes, he can, because I live in the country, and I sometimes drive in places where there's like nothing. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, right.
Can find me is a good thing. Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So yes, but we were using the Life 360 to track the phone for quite a while. After he's like, we can go try to find it. I said, no. Okay. We'll just get a new one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it stayed trackable for quite some time. So when they tell you those phones are waterproof, those phones are waterproof.
Mm. Pretty amazing. Yeah.
All righty. Well, I am excited to see what Sharon's going to bring us. I'm already, like I said, I already have ideas. I hope you guys have some ideas for things you want to talk about. She's got some great challenges lined up, it sounds like. So this is going to be good. And if you're not a member of the Rebel Tribe yet and you want to be, happy to have you. I will post the link to join the group in the description, and I will post a link to Sharon's. You got into your group or your Facebook page?
Facebook page for now. Yeah.
I will post the link so you can connect with Sharon directly through her Facebook. I will post that in the description as well. And as always, we are trying to grow this little group. So like, comment, share, do all this stuff, because we are trying to reach the women out there that want to make a better lives for themselves and their families. And this is one way that you got to be healthy. You got to be healthy to do it. You can't do it when you're too sick and weak to do the things that need to be done. So
Right.
share this thing out there. Let's build it. All righty, Sharon, thanks so much. I'm glad you were able to join us today, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward
Thank you, Melodia.
to
I
for us.
Yeah. Have a great day.